inside the fast food chain. The camera pans over the busy kitchen and counter area of a fast food restaurant. Gabby is working behind the counter, quickly preparing orders and greeting customers. She looks slightly tired, wiping sweat off her forehead. Ethan is nearby organizing the stock room.
Kira mga pressure gamay ba? Daw binapil mo lugar mo sa babon.
Wala kaya pilato.
Ito sabot sa miniature.
Ikuan para ba to ba renovate?
Ito kung nga nakuha.
Itong
top
renovate ko yan. Ito.
Sige ma'am. Mga to, kamo butangan to na ko girot.
Okay na, cut. Okay na.
Problema?
May malaki na problema.
Saan na?
May isa pa akong dito.
Most no? Okay na, isa ka problema dali. Ikaw nakadalating you after 6 months, tapos rin yung napod. Ako yung kiniingani nga ko. Pero wala ko yung choice, eh, since dagat kayo mga bayro nun. Pero may nalang sa ano na, may nalang food nila, ako yung trabaho ka.
Wala ko talaga yung choice. Ako nga. Ako yung responsibility. Tapos, doctor na
Wala ba dito yung benefits dali. Kaya ako mangkod, 5 years ako dali. 5 years ako dali sa restaurant, pero wala ko, hindi yung nagya po ko. Like ako yung nakaayos. So, maliit, pero sige na lang, at least nakatrabaho pa lang.
ayun lang. Alam mo, gusto ko naman talaga magtrabaho dito. Kaso, yun nga yung problema dito.
Ang quality. Snack na lang pala.
Gabby's break time outside the restaurant lunch break. Gab sits at a bench near the restaurant eating lunch. Bella, her friend from another company, walks over and joins her.
Hi, Dad. How's your workout? Yeah, I'm in my fifth contract already. No job benefits, no job security. Paano lang tayong ginagamit? No, God. Dapat alam mo yung rights mo. So ano ibig mong sabihin? You know, God, there's a law. There's a law. Ano? There's this part under number 174. Basically says na ang workers are going essentially to our work must be recognized. Thank you. Diba? Same ang gapon na everyone who works. Same. Right? Pero, always yung sinasabi na wala kayong choice kasi yan yung company policy. But, I think the company policies might be illegal. So, I suggest that you should check with a lawyer and or talk to someone who writes or who know your rights. Right? You deserve better.
Meeting with attorney Mendoza, office later that day. Gab walks into a law office. She is greeted by attorney Mendoza, a middle-aged labor lawyer.
Good evening, Attorney Mendoza.
Good evening, Ms. Flores. What brings you in? Come in, have a seat.
Well, I've been working on this fast food chain po, attorney. Pag malapit na matapos ang aking kontrata, it feels like parang hindi nila ito nire-renew. So, ano po ang gagawin ko dito, ma'am?
Well, what you're describing is, it sounds like in TOU. It's a common issue where companies avoid regularizing their workers, but under the Republic Act of number 6727, they should provide workers with regular employment if they have been performing essential tasks. And under the department number 174, if you have been employed for a certain period of time doing essential duties, you have the right to be regularized.
Pero sinasabi nila, attorney, na this is a company policy daw po. They hire on contracts to avoid giving benefits daw po.
Well, I'm afraid to say, Ms. Suarez, that it's an illegal practice. According to the labor code, workers like you who have been working for like more than 6 months and are doing regular tasks must be regularized. Companies can just cycle you in and out to avoid paying benefits like health insurance, paid taxes, and retirement pay. They violates both of your basic labor rights and principles of security tenure.
Pero paano, attorney, kung hindi man lang nila aminin na hindi patas ang trato nila sa akin? Paano kung patuloy lang silang mag-aalok ng panibagong kontrata o hindi man lang magbigay ng matinong paliwanag?
Well, understandably, Gab, you're not alone in this. What you're describing is not only frustrating, but it is also unjust. Companies can simply manipulate the system to avoid their obligations. Now, the first step you should gather documentations, any contracts you've signed, payslips, and other records of your job performance, or any communications that show you have been consistently fulfilling your duty are crucial.
Narinig ko na minsan ang pagsasampa ng reklamo ay maaaring bumalik sa nagreklamo. Paano kung gantihan nila ako, attorney? Paano kung tuluyan ako mawala sa trabaho ko?
Well, that's very real concerning. If that's the case, then we can consider filing a complaint. You could file for formal grievance with the Department of Labor Code and Employment, or even take legal actions if necessary.
Na malaman niyang ganyang information po, attorney. Pero paano naman po sa mga ibang workers? Alam ko na hindi lang po ako ang nakakaranas ng ganitong issue.
Well, that's a valid concern, but retaliation is prohibited under the law. If they terminate you or try to penalize you for asserting your rights, then that itself is an illegal action, or we can pursue a legal recourse for that as well. The law is designed to protect employees who are standing up for their rights.
Thank you, Attorney Mendoza. I'm really glad na nandito ako ngayon, and I feel like actually have a chance at this now po.
Absolutely, Gab. It's not an isolated issue. Many workers in the service industry, especially in fast food chain and retail, face similar situation. This practice is non-regularization. It is unfortunately widespread. If you're willing, you could also consider joining other workers who might be facing the same issue. Sometimes collective actions can have a stronger impact. But that's something we can discuss once we have a clear plan in place for your individual case.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Don't worry.
Confrontation at the restaurant following week. Gav, feeling empowered, walks into the restaurant office to speak with Miss Ramos, the manager. Gav is nervous but determined. Miss Ramos, the HR officer, is sitting at her desk and smile and gesture for Anna to sit down.
Please come in. Gab, what can I do for you?
Nag-aalala po ako sa seguridad ng aking trabaho. Malapit na po ang matapos ang aking kontrata at madami po akong naririnig sa mga kasamahan ko na baka daw po hindi nila ito i-renew. Palagi na lang po ako dito, araw-araw na lang akong nagtatrabaho, pero ano lang po, parang wala lang po yung...
Tama ka dyan, Ms. Suarez. Under Philippine labor law, after 6 months of continuous service performing the same role, you should be regularized. The Indo system was something we adopt because of business needs. It's hard to commit long-term hire with the unpredictable seasons. But with the recent changes in labor law, we can't keep relying on it.
So, what happened now, sir?
The law is clear, Ms. Suarez. You should be regularized and we need to comply. But it's not easy for the hotel to completely abandon the Indo system. We'll have to balance it with the current needs of the business. We are facing a real problem here. We have an employee like Ms. Suarez who have been asked for a year, working yet year after year yet remains in the same position. That's why we need to find a way to enforce the hotel operation.
Tama ka, Mr. Gomez. According to the Philippine labor law, it's about employees has been continuously employed at least 6 months. Employed that performing tasks according for regular status will continue to end that reputation can afford, but you said also flexibility in managed operation that especially during the peak season the industry was seasonal.
Looking at her financial projection, I agree with both of you, but we can't ignore the financial side of this. Regularization of all of these employees could result in higher input costs, benefits, overtime pay, and other expenses. We currently avoid with temporary contract. We are already operating on thin margin during the off-season. This could signify affect profitability.
This way, we're not compliant by the law, but we can also manage by the hotel and operation needs. It's balance. We can start small. Dapat ato ipang regular ng mga empleyado. Kaya ka nang gitrabaho sa ato within 6 months or consistent kaya gitrabaho sa ato. Like Ms. Suarez, she's been working for us 2 years from our company. Kaya dapat ato gina-offeran siya og regular position.
We need to find a way to regularize the hotel jeopardizing operation process. We can't keep ignoring our problem, but we can't lose our flexibility either.
You know what, my friend has been telling me about this restaurant and she said it's good daw. Kayo, anong tingin niyo sa restaurant na to?
Nice.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Suarez, pinapatawag ka ni Mr. Ramos na office niya.
Excuse me, ma'am, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Come in.
Good day, Mr. Ramos.
Good day, Ms. Suarez. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Ms. Suarez, I'll be speaking with the head officer regarding that your concern after TOU review decided to regularize your position. Effective this week from now, you will be entitled to all the benefits under the Department of Law. In employment regulations, including the health insurance, paid leave, and other rights that due to regular employees. This is your contract.
Thank you so much, Mr. Juarez. I really appreciate that you're addressing it. Ako po ay nababahala kasi sa sitwasyon ko dito. At nung sinabi mo yan, para po akong natanggalan ng tinig. Ang gusto ko lang po kasi ay maging patas sila sa akin at makuha ko ang nararapat para sa akin. Thanks again, Mr. Ramos, for this initiative. This really means a lot to me.
You're welcome, Ms. Suarez.
Hey Bella, guess what?
Unsa man, busy kay ko.
Good thing naminaw jud kay ko sa imo
Ano di ay, regularize na kanila?
Yes.
I'm a siya na regular employee na. Grabe na ako sa kung sa pakiramdam na ano ko yung price ko. Well, ito man, nahanap ko na yung mga deserve ko. Tsaka, nagpapasalamat ako sa iyo, Bella. Thank you talaga